Sorry, I just got a notification from Windows just like right as I was starting, so it confused me. It's 10:40 a.m. on Saturday, August 29th, 2015. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Boom, boom. I don't know what that's about. I think today I want to talk a little bit about sincerity in media. And I guess, I don't know, maybe that's not the best way to describe it. The topic is sparked by an article that I read recently, and I tweeted out the link at the time, but maybe I'll send it out again just in case anybody missed it or can't find it now. But it was all about the idea of having a tone of cynical sincerity as expressed in the shows BoJack Horseman, which is just had season 2 on Netflix recently, and Rick and Morty, which just had season 2 return a couple weeks ago. And I thought it was really interesting, and it kind of crystallized some of what I really like about those two shows and what I have found myself enjoying in other stories recently too. And when it talks about cynical sincerity, what it's getting at there is the idea that my audio. Okay. Woo. All right. Yeah, it's working. Okay. Sorry, that was weird. Cynical sincerity. The idea is you can have a story with a tone of sincerity where the characters are very earnest and they mean what they say, and it's a straight ahead, like, this is what we're about, this is what we're doing, and we mean it. You could have a tone of, like cynicism or sarcasm where it's like, oh, sure, yeah, let's make fun of those people who take things seriously. I mean, it's just a TV show, right? And then just, have, and that's I think what you actually get in some of these shows, that everybody's just sarcastic all the time. You start feeling like, well, where's the actual heart of this? Does any of it mean anything, or are we all just nihilistically trying to kill another half hour so we can just get through the day? And I don't know, I'm not sure I can actually give a lot of examples of that, even because I don't watch them. Like the instant a show starts to feel like that, or a movie, usually kind of turns me off. Another way that cynical could express itself is, for example, if you have a situation where you have someone with a mercenary or cynical perspective trying to play at being sincere. And that can be harder to recognize. But yeah, so in any case, what I really wanted to get to, though, is the interesting angle of the cynical sincerity, which is like in BoJack Horseman and Rick and Morty, where there is a lot of the cynicism and sarcasm, but it's very clear within the show that the characters are using that to cover or deflect the real sincere emotion and pain that they're feeling inside. And so the show kind of comes back around again to being about characters we can really empathize with, who have real issues and real feelings, and it's meaningful, but that the way that they express that is by being cynical and sarcastic all the time, which is different than just a show where, hey, people think this is dumb if we take it seriously, so let's just have everybody be a joker all the time. And yeah, so I really like those two shows, and that article just kind of felt like this is a big part of what I like about them, is that they're very funny, but the humor is so obviously coming from this place of understanding of real emotional issues that people go through, and I thought that was great. Um, Now, the other thing that I'm not sure, I don't even really remember what inspired me to make the comparison the other day, but it was kind of related to some of this thought process, and I'll just kind of share with you the bizarre analogy I came up with. And in my own head, this wasn't even a conversation with anybody else. For some reason, I decided I was trying to describe what it is that I like about Speed Racer, the movie, or Jupiter Ascending, the movie. Yeah, Jupiter Ascending is really the relevant one when compared to, say, Sucker Punch by Zack Snyder. One of which I really enjoyed, and the other one I really did not, despite both of them having a lot going on, being interesting visually, and borderline incoherent plots, or certainly plots at least that have a lot of holes in them. But one of them I really liked, and one of them I really didn't. So, what was the difference? And the comparison that I came up with in my head was Sucker Punch felt like being lectured about why you're wrong about feminism by a drunk college guy, and Jupiter Ascending felt like a 6-year-old who's had too much sugar trying to explain to you how awesome this other movie he just saw was. So both of them are leaving stuff out and not necessarily making all that much sense, but one of them is a lot more fun to experience. All right, so anyway, that's what I got today. I will talk to you guys tomorrow for 5 more minutes.